Bad news just hit for Julio Foolio, man. Nobody can figure out how this happened, but somehow they pulled it off. One of the main suspects tied to his murder just slipped through the cracks and walked free.
My name is Alicia Andrews.
All right, Miss Andrews, you're charged with 2 counts. One is first-degree murder, and the other is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Did you know that Charles Jones was going to die on June 23rd of 2024?
No, I did not.
From the jump, I said it. Charging her with first-degree murder was doing way too much. That's a serious charge. And they didn't even have the receipts to back it up. No texts, no calls, no videos, nothing showing her plotting anything. First degree means it was planned and there was zero proof she ever conspired with the shooters. Basically, what they charged her for was just being there with her boyfriend. They said, you were with him, y'all followed Julio Foolio around, so you must have dropped his location. But if there's no evidence she ever talked to the killers, then how can they call it premeditated? She might have just been tagging along while her man was creeping and following Julio all over the city. First-degree murder or even conspiracy was a wild stretch, and that overcharge is exactly why she ended up walking away from the worst of it. Now don't get it twisted. She didn't beat it clean. She still got some real time to serve, and I'll break down exactly what beating it means and how much time she's really facing. But let's be real, if you were paying attention, you'd know I called this from day one. I said the prosecutors were in trouble before the trial even started, and I was right again. Said Dash had his own sharp takes too, but this case, I knew from the start those prosecutors were cooked. When she hit that stand, she flipped the whole vibe. She said, I'm a victim of domestic violence. This man put his hands on me, beat me, and left me bruised. She claimed when he asked to use her phone, she had no choice but to hand it over. That's why the messages to the shooters came from her number, but she swore she had nothing to do with it. Then she explained why she couldn't stay behind in Tampa. She said she had to roll with him to the clubs, even when he was out stalking Julio Foolio, because if she said no, she'd catch another beating. He was obsessed and jealous, always accusing her of cheating. Staying at that Airbnb alone wasn't even an option. And honestly, once she dropped that angle, I told Touche right away. That's almost an ironclad defense if there's no proof she planned anything. It painted her like a trapped partner, not a mastermind. And in a courtroom, that hits different.
All right, Miss Andrews, what is this a photograph of?
My face.
And why? What is on your face?
That's when he bruised my eye.
Who is he?
Isaiah.
Do you remember when this was, time frame?
I don't remember the exact date, but I recall sending her a picture though.
Who is her?
I think that's Jewel.
All right. Now, why did you send this picture?
Because I was already telling her about the other incidents, so when I sent it to her, I'm like I'm fed up, kind of like just telling her like, what do I do?
What is this a photo of?
Of my eye that he bruised.
Is this a separate incident or the same?
It's the same day.
All right. And why did you take another picture?
I was just showing her closely.
All right. Showing 7A. What is this a photograph of?
One of my phones.
All right. What is the phone showing? What are you doing in this photograph?
Showing her that the screen is cracked.
Who is her?
I believe I sent it to Jewel.
All right. And how did the screen get cracked?
He broke it.
How?
I think he threw it to the ground.
All right.
I don't remember exactly how he threw it, but.
And while that exhibit is still up, hold on. How often or how many times did Isaiah chance to break your phone?
From 2021 to 2024, maybe 4 times.
She made sure to walk into that courtroom looking clean, calm, and completely innocent. She knew exactly what she was doing, playing the victim role to perfection. Because if she had shown up wild or flashing attitude, people would have said, cut it out, we know what type of woman you are. Everyone in the city knows her name. Johan, the so-called backdoor queen, the location specialist, the one who supposedly helped a guy named Gutter line up his own rapper Op. But when it came to court day, she pulled up barefaced, natural hair, dressed low-key, like she'd just come from Sunday service. It was a smart move, no doubt. And when the prosecutors don't have any solid proof, no DNA, no texts, no calls, it's hard to pin anything on her. All they really had was her boyfriend followed Julio Foolio all night and dropped the location, and she was there too, so she must have known. But that's not enough to seal a conviction. Then she doubled down on that domestic violence story, and man, that hit the jury right in the chest. That's the perfect alibi when you're painted as controlled and scared. The prosecutors did try. They really pushed their case, but most of what they brought up didn't stick. Looking back now, a lot of it just sounded like noise. Looking back on it now, I had to pause for a second. Her whole alibi was built on the story that her man used to beat her down and didn't trust her because she had cheated before. She said he was so jealous that he wouldn't even let her stay at the Airbnb alone. So yeah, she had to ride with him that night, no matter what he was doing. She claimed she didn't know his plans, didn't know what was going on. She was just there trying to stay out of trouble. Then the prosecutors hit back like, didn't you talk bad about Julio 3 years ago? Didn't you say you wanted him gone? But honestly, that's a weak comeback against a domestic violence defense. That kind of response doesn't hold up when someone's saying they were scared for their life.
Exhibit where Alicia, at 17 years old, says that Julio needs to die. Did you locate this text message?
No.
Do you know who located the text message in your team?
I believe it was, I can't recall exactly. I reviewed it. It was brought to my attention.
All right. And this text message was not sent to Isaiah Chance, correct?
Correct. It was to a girl named Jewel, I think.
All right. As a matter of fact, Alicia Andrews did not know Isaiah Chance, was not dating Isaiah Chance when this text message was sent off, correct?
Her statement to me was that they were on and off for 4 years prior to June 2024, so that would put it maybe June 2020, and these are from 2021, so I don't know if this was an off period or if she had met him yet.
Okay. Did she have any text messages in her phone, like this one, that Julio needed to die? Did she have anything like that more recently?
Again, from the iCloud, the more recent messages weren't backed up, so we didn't have any more recent. This is, I think it went up to 2022 or 2023. This is the only message where we found that she wished that Julio would die.
All right. In the messages that are in evidence, you do have messages from the week prior to this murder, correct? Alicia?
So specifically the messaging that we have from Alicia's phone came, as far as to pick up the phone and all that, that actually came from defendant Sean Gaithwright's iCloud. So he had backed up his messages to be recent, but Alicia's device, iCloud, had not backed up its messages to be recent.
All right, so you're saying that there are no text messages between Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance in the weeks leading up to the murder?
Not that I have reviewed.
Listen, I'm no criminal, and I don't hand out criminal advice. Don't do crime. That's the only real tip I got. But watching this trial had me shaking my head. The detective straight up said they couldn't find any messages from her phone in the last 2 or 3 years because nothing was backed up, not even texts from the month or the week of the murder. Apparently, the iCloud don't store stuff like a regular phone does. With an Android, you send one text and boom, it's sitting on a server forever. You could have sent that message back in 1975 and they'd still dig it up in 2025. But if your iCloud isn't backed up, it's like the messages never existed. So the detectives were basically stuck. No digital trail to prove anything. Now again, I'm saying it loud, don't commit crimes. But what happened here shows how tech can twist an investigation. Anyway, the prosecutors tried to fight back. They really did. They said Alicia Andrews was cold-hearted, that she played the innocent act too well. They painted her like some stone-cold woman who pretended to be clueless while her boyfriend was plotting. But here's the wild part. She's still been in contact with him. Word is, she's been calling and texting him 5 to 10 times a day from jail. And get this, he's been giving her legal advice from behind bars. It's crazy to think that after everything that happened, she's still locked into that toxic connection. You could probably argue, hey, maybe we were just on vacation in Tampa and I had no idea what was happening. Maybe all that's true, maybe it's just their cover story, but it became their alibi. And honestly, it looks like it worked. Still, the prosecutors had one solid angle. proof that Isaiah Chance was coaching her on what to say in court and giving her pointers. Plus, the fact they kept texting and calling 5 to 10 times a day, that's the part that really painted a picture for the jury. Everything else they tried to bring up was kind of weak compared to that.
Call him 5 to 10 times a day in there.
Yes, when he says call back, I call back.
And you also do messages. There's a kiosk system where you can kiosk with him. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he texts me and I text him.
And you have intimate conversations about your case, don't you?
Yes, when he asks, I let him know.
And he sends you messages, which could be called sexting, right?
Yeah, he do. I keep him happy, like I said.
And you're no longer in a relationship with him, correct?
No, he thinks that.
And you call him multiple times a day, every day, for several months. Isn't that true?
Yes, like I said, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to let him know. I'm not going to get on the phone and act like it's a change. I'm acting the same. I'm doing what I have to do.
Ma'am, you understand you're on trial for first-degree murder, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's for hanging out with him.
I do.
And you are still protecting him, right? To this day, you're protecting him.
I'm not protecting him.
You are still calling him and communicating with him, aren't you?
Yes, it's not protecting him, though.
So much so that you call his mother, right?
I do.
And you have been advised, and you report to his mother that you don't care that your attorneys tell you not to talk to him. You're going to do it anyway, right?
Yes, because I feel like that's the best way to do it.
So you are so desperate to talk to him and have communication with him, you don't even care if it may be hurtful to your case.
I wouldn't say desperate, because when I did disappear and listened, he texted me from another person and said, why are you not listening to me? Why are you not responding? When are you going to get it through your big red forehead? And all these other things. So I started back talking to him.
So now again, you're talking to him because you're still afraid of him, right? Even though he is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot go near you.
I didn't say physically come to me. I'm talking about other people.
You take advice from him, don't you?
I listen to it.
He discusses the case with you many, many times. Isn't that true?
Yes, because he knows I don't know, so he tries to make sure I know everything.
In fact, he tells you to kind of stay strong because the state thinks you're the weaker link. Has he told you that before?
Yes, he told me that.
Have you responded to him on, let's see, recently it's June 27th of 2025. Did you tell them half the witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Said what?
Did you say to him, half of their witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Yes, I told him, and that's my opinion. I don't understand why I'm here. It's really about them.
So you're still talking about what you're charged with him?
Yeah, he's aware, so I can say that.
And he tries to tell you what you should do in your case, right? And he tries to tell you what is the plan about the Airbnb. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, and I don't control him, so he talks about what he wants to talk about.
Don't you say in response to him telling you all that, you don't got to say all that. Don't walk me through those stops. You said that, right?
Yeah, I stop him when he talks about the case because I already kind of know that. So he tries to let me know, and I already know.
It's not because you've already discussed what you two are going to say that you're on some kind of vacation to Tampa.
No, we haven't.
That's not what you're referring
talked
to?
about that, no.
Before she even opened her mouth, all you saw was this innocent, vulnerable girl, seem naive, probably caught up in her boyfriend's mess. But the second she started talking, you got the full picture. Nah, this is her true self. Before she spoke, you're thinking, oh no, poor girl. Then she opens up and it's clear. This is a ride or die chick through and through. Man, she's facing a first-degree murder charge and she's still sexting her man, talking wild about what she's gonna do when he gets out decades from now. She didn't even care about the kids she had in jail, focused only on him and what he's gonna do when he gets out. It's insane, man, cut it out. This isn't just loyalty, it's obsessive, reckless, and raw. By now, we all know how it ended, and honestly, because I despise her gutter and anyone who plays in this criminal world, I'm not gonna sugarcoat or complain about the results. This is the reality of the chaos they live in. Honestly, my principles are simple. I'm always against giving a jury the option to slap someone with a lesser charge. If you charge me with first-degree murder, the jury should only vote on first-degree murder. If they find me not guilty of that or of conspiracy to commit murder, I should be able to walk out. This keeps prosecutors honest and forces them to charge people correctly. But too often, they hit you with first-degree murder. You get found not guilty, and then they try to say, okay, we know you didn't do that, but here's manslaughter instead. Nah, that's weak. I've always thought this lesser charge stuff was nonsense, but that's exactly what went down in this case. She got found not guilty of first-degree murder, but then they hit her with manslaughter anyway.
Okay, very good. Madam Clerk? Yes. Please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 13th Judicial Circuit, of the State of Florida in and for Hillsborough County Criminal Justice Division. State of Florida versus Alicia Latoya Andrews, case number 24 CF 11996, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2. The defendant is not guilty. So say we all, dated this 31st day of October 2025, signed foreperson of the jury.
All right, thank you very much. Have a seat. Does that decide wish for me to poll the jury?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you, each of you, this is your true and correct verdict. I'm going to call you by your initials and your jury number. And I just need you to respond yes or no. Okay? All right, juror number 5, initials DC. Is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 13, initials LM. Is this your true and correct verdict? Juror number 14, initials SC. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror 21, initials EM. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 23, initials CJ. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 41, initials AM. Is this your true and correct verdict?
This chick is straight up gangster, cold-hearted, stone cold. She didn't even flinch when the not guilty verdict came down. Most people would react, shout, or cry, like Hernandez Goen did in the Young Dolph case. He broke down crying, thanking God. But her, nothing, just cold as ice. Now, the manslaughter charge carries a maximum of 15 years. Do I think she's getting the full 15? Probably not, but it's possible because she hasn't shown an ounce of remorse. None at all. And if a judge is watching her demeanor in court, they're seeing someone who's still sexting her man, still communicating from jail, still acting reckless. At some point, the judge might say, bro, you're doing too much, you gotta pay. But if the judge just goes off fairness, it's hard to tell. I was talking to Asia last night, and she thinks the judge might give her 10 years. She's already served about 1.5 years, so that time comes off, plus 85% reduction. So the real sentence might end up a lot less than the max. So she's probably looking at about 7 to 8 years and then coming home. She's just 21, so she'll be out around 28 or 29. Still got her whole life ahead of her. Bottom line, she made out pretty well, assuming the judge doesn't hit her with the full 15 and settles around 10 years. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about this, Brett? Is it fair? Is manslaughter the right charge? Or do you think she deserved life in prison for first-degree murder? Or maybe nothing at all? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Now, and if you're still watching and want to make videos like this, I've got a step-by-step course and a book showing exactly how to make your first $10,000 a month on YouTube. I made $90,000 in just 28 days. I can show you how to hit $10,000 a month, grow your channel fast, or hit your first 10,000 subscribers in 3 months. I also offer one-on-one consultations, including free sessions, links in the description. If you enjoyed this and want to watch another wild video, click right here on the screen to see why Selena Powell, the so-called industry pass-around, totally lost it and tried to fight an interviewer after a live stream question. Check it out to see what set her off. I'll see you in the next one.